What's up, y'all? Back with another video. At work, just wanted to talk to you guys real quick and get some information to you, and keep this thing rolling and get in front of this camera as much as I can when I get time. I'm currently at work. Had to be here at 3 o'clock in the morning. It is January 5th, I think. Don't quote me on that. I know it's Sunday. You know, that's one of them struggles too when you work swing shift and you always rotating and you don't even know what day it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what time it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what matters. That's cool. But topic of today's video, is the best diet for any and everyone. You know, pretty wide range of diets out there and ranges, and a lot of information out there on all of these things, and you guys can look these all up. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, the things that I'm about to tell you guys real quick are non-negotiables, are things that should be staples, are things that the guys that are lean, the guys that the men and women who get in shape in life and stay in shape, they have these protocols, and they have some of them, or they follow them, or something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So real quick, some of the mindset stuff that matters. You wanna be strong. You wanna chase strength. I see too many people going in the gym, and the first thing that they want to do is they want to get on the cardio machines. That's the worst thing you could do, guys. That's not the sustainable way of doing things. That's the short term. That's the short haul, and we don't want to do that. We want to set ourselves up for forever. What can you do forever? You know what I mean? I tell a lot of older men that I work with all the time, what can you do forever? Set yourself up to do stuff forever. Don't go running a mile when you know you're already overweight and you know you can't run a mile. Set yourself up to be able to succeed. You know what I'm saying? Hit the ground crawling. That way, when you start walking, you're making progress, and mentally that's gonna keep you going. So you wanna have the correct mindset moving into these things, guys. And having the correct diet is the meat and potatoes of being in shape, of being the best version of yourself. Because it's a lot of food out here that's very heavily processed, and it's super hyper palatable. And if you guys don't know what that means that if you go out here and you go to McDonald's, it tastes great. You know what I mean? Like, I love McDonald's. Don't get me wrong. I love these foods. These foods taste good. They make them real sweet, like how I personally like a lot of sweets. But what happens is when you eat them, you're never full. And even if you get full, you've ate 4,000 calories of it. So you're never actually satisfied when you eat these things, guys. And that's why we want to stay away from them at all costs. Life does happen, but we can't make excuses. We have to press forward. We have to be accountable for our actions, and we have to make sure that we're putting ourselves in optimal positions at all times. And we have to track. Tracking is key, because if you're not tracking, you lacking. You know what I'm saying? And I like to track, and I like to use this reference as like a thing when I talk to people a lot, because people say, oh man, it's too hard to track. Oh, I don't have time, or, any excuse in the book, just because, you always got your phone in your hand. I got my phone in my hand right now, making this video for y'all. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if you always got your phone in your head, download the FitnessPal app. It's free. It costs you $0. Type in the food that you're eating, and let's see where you end up. Even if you go to McDonald's, let's just track. Because what happens is this: the mere act of tracking is gonna make you subconsciously be more aware of what you're eating and the bullshit that you're putting in your body. That alone is gonna take you so far. And that's where we wanna put ourselves in a position. We want to be aware, And a huge reference that I use for people, to double back on that, a huge reference that I use for people that are beginners and they don't see tracking as like important. I tell people all the time, like, how much money is in your bank account? I bet you know how many dollars and how many cents is in your bank account right now. Especially for those people who are check to check, which most people are, check to check, you know how much everything costs, because you're always watching that. So if you track your finances, right, because that gets you so far in life, why wouldn't you think to track what you're actually putting in your body? This is the temple. This is what's gonna be able to take you to work to make the money to watch. So why wouldn't you want to track that? Why wouldn't you want to be hyper focused on something that's gonna take you far in life? Health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of content out there where people talk about if they could be rich for a day, that would be cool. But if they could live at a medium rate forever, they take the medium rate. Exactly, because you want to live. You want to live. Quality of life matters, don't get me wrong, but no amount of money is worth you being unhealthy or you giving your life up today. People say, oh man, I'll give you $1 million. But the cost for that is you got to die tomorrow. Nah, man, keep your $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Keep that over there. You know what I'm saying? Let me see how much money I can go make while being healthy and while living the best version of me. All right. So there are no tricks. There are no gimmicks. It's only grind and hard work here. So let's get that out the way. Before you guys think this is a video of me telling you some golden secret that doesn't exist. Okay? And any fitness influencers out there that are selling that pill, and if y'all are taking it, y'all are tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like really tripping. And we're gonna get to a lot of that in a lot of these videos, and we're gonna talk about not so much the fitness influencers, but the tips and tricks that they give y'all that just don't work for the average everyday person. You know what I'm saying? You want to embrace the suck that's gonna come with this, because it's gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? I use the reference with the bucket. Like the bucket is dark. Like deep down in the bucket, when you get in the bucket, if you can learn how to stay in the bucket, in the pocket, it's dark and it sucks. But man, it's a lot of light at the end of that tunnel when you get to the other side of the bucket. And a lot of us don't realize that we have to be that person before we actually get there. To get there, you'll never get there if you don't start doing those things now that become, you get what I'm saying? So we want to rely on our discipline, not motivation. Motivation runs out, and I want to hit some points about discipline too that I don't think people realize and people know. Discipline is a skill. Discipline is something that can be built upon. Discipline is something that you have to have confidence within yourself, and you have to be real with yourself, look yourself in the mirror. And these are things that we have to take very seriously, because that's what's going to get you far. And being able to look in the mirror and say, okay, I'm proud of myself, I did X, Y, and Z, is a feeling like no other. It's a feeling like no other. I've been on the moon since I made these first few videos. This is my third one. And it feels good to get behind this camera and talk to you guys and do what I've always wanted to do and what I've always done behind closed doors, in the shadows, like telling people X, Y, and Z. But once I start living it, once I start actually tracking, once I got the abs and I got lean, guys, I was 6% body fat. You know what I mean? And I'm on my way back down there now. I'm cutting now to show you guys, like, hey, look, it only takes 12 to 16 weeks. You can get in shape. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to be living proof that, hey, look, like, and I'm not out of shape now. Don't get me wrong. I look good now. Visible abs and everything. You know what I'm saying? But it's our winter arc. We put on a little bit. We go strength train. We get heavy. You know what I'm saying? We put on a little bit of 7-8 pounds. That's max, guys. Whole nother topic for a whole nother video. My short kings out there, if you 5'7" or shorter, we should not be bulking, guys. We should never bulk. Okay? Like, we are too short and too compact to be bulking. You're already bulked up. Come on now. We need to get as lean as possible and stay in the pocket with the leanness all year round, because that's where we're optimal. That's where we look good. We hold muscle easily because we're shorter. Okay, whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Just wanted to throw that out there, right? So, boom. We got our discipline, right? Discipline is something that we build upon. Discipline is something that you build discipline by keeping the promises to yourself, right? That's also how you build confidence in yourself. You know, you make a promise and you keep it. You know, if you say, oh, I'm gonna get up at 5, do not snooze. Get up at 5. Do not negotiate. These are the little wins that rack up, and before you know it, you've had a beautiful day. And these are the days that we need in order to get ahead. And these are the small wins that lead up to the big wins. And I can't stress this to y'all enough. The little wins are what get us far. The little wins are what we want to see, and the little wins are the target. You know, the target is big, but we want to make the target small enough to where we can get there in an amount of time that makes sense without putting too much pressure on ourselves. It's enough pressure out here in the world. It's enough distraction out here in the world that's going to try to throw you off. You ever notice as soon as you start a diet, that's when it's your friend's birthday, right? And hopefully he watches this video. As soon as I started a cut 3 weeks ago, right before New Year's, like 3 weeks ago, yeah. Like second week of December, I start cutting. So my buddy's birthday coming up. Shout out to you. You know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Helped me through one of the hardest times of my life. Real friend out here. You know what I'm saying? And he wanted to get a beer. He like, man, let's go get a beer. Let's chop it up. Whoop-de-whoop. And man, I put it off for a while because I was like, you know, do I not want to kick it with my dude? Of course I want to, you know, show love and kick it and still live life and enjoy the people that are close to me, my, you know, the special ones, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't have a lot of them. At the same time, I got to stay true to me. I got to stay on track. I got to stay disciplined. Does that mean that I can't live life? No. But in this season of life right now, I'm in a cut and I have to stay on what I need to stay on in order to be true, to have the discipline later on. If I give in for him, I'll give in for myself too, for sure. You see what I'm saying? You see how all of that translates, all of that comes in line. If you'll cheat for him, you definitely gonna cheat for yourself. You in your head all the time, fighting yourself. So if you give in for something that he want, you gonna give in for something that you want later on. That's why we don't negotiate. So what I do, text my buddy, hey man, look man, let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay for your beer, but I'm gonna have me a water and we can chop it up. You know what I'm saying? We can sit at the bar, chop it up, watch a football game, whatever. I don't really watch football, but whatever. We can sit at the bar, chop it up, have a good time. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do any drugs, any whatsoever. I don't put no poison in my body. I leave that for y'all, I leave that for the kids, you know? So if you're offended by that, I wonder why. Anyway, so text him and let him know, hey man, we could do X, Y, and Z, I'll pay for it, you know, whoop-de-whoop, you know what I'm saying? But I am on a cut and I need to stick to X, Y, and Z. Super understanding. And see, that's what real friends do. They understand. They don't get in the way of your goals. And any of y'all friends that are pressuring y'all to get away from y'all goals because they're not your real friends, guys. You know? And we need to get rid of them. We need to hyper get rid of them. We need to make sure that they expedite, that they switch lanes. You feel what I'm saying? If you ain't in the fast lane with me, you against me. So go the other direction. You know what I'm saying? Cross the barrier, go the other direction. You see what I'm saying? So we can't be scared to say no, and we can't be scared to be different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's cheating meals. Everybody's going and having a beer every weekend. Why are we celebrating the weekend? It happens every week, all year long. What's special about the weekend? Nothing. Let's grow up, guys. All right. So some of the things that I also want to talk about is back to the diet, right? Let's not get off track too much. So back to the diet. It should be like breathing. I can't say that to you enough. It should be like breathing. It should be easy. It should be as though, man, how did I not see this sooner? You get what I'm saying? So if you're having to think, if you're having to do a bunch of thinking about what am I gonna eat today? Oh man, now I have to fast today because I don't have the correct food. That's how the binge eating starts. Because especially with my crazy work schedule, you throw a couple 12-hour shift, like today I work 3 a.m. to 3 p.m., right? So let's say I forgot my food at home, guys. I have the discipline to not eat and to not binge after. Most guys don't. So with that being said, I have staples. I have a protein bomb sitting here at work with me. That's a whole nother protocol we're gonna talk about. And a protein bomb for me is 2 cans of sardines, a protein shake, 2 cans of sardines, a protein shake, some almonds. These are things that I just leave at work. And then Okios, 20 grams of protein, little yogurt. So it's a protein bomb. And with that being just so much protein, it's like 70, 80 grams of protein. If I had to work a 12-hour shift, if I eat that 7 or 8 hours into my shift, boom, that'll take me home. Then I make it home to my meal, my ground beef, my turkey, my tacos, my staples, my chicken, so that we're not getting off track. But you see what I mean? Like, you put things in place and you put systems in place so that you can't fall off and so you can stay accountable and so that you can, always just be in line and always be in tune. Things are never going to be pretty, never going to be perfect. Things do happen. I've been forced to work 16 hours here at work sometimes and boom, you don't have food, and the first thing you do is you want to DoorDash, Guys, we got to have discipline. We got to lean on our discipline, and consistency is key. The discipline is first, but the consistency is followed right behind it. And if we're not going to be consistent about anything, it's just like working a job. I reference all of this to stuff that y'all care about. Money. All y'all care about is money. If y'all cared about being in shape and being fit as much as y'all do about, trying to get rich or trying to have money or trying to wear clothes for people that don't even like y'all or care about y'all be the fittest. All of y'all have abs. You see what I'm saying? So that's not the case though, because y'all don't care, because y'all not consistent with anything. So to reference that, it's just like working a job. If you don't stay at a job long enough, you won't see the long-term benefits of having the money and working a consistent schedule. If you bounce from job to job, and guys, I did it for years. I've had 30 jobs. Maybe not actually 30, but 30 is like, just like a broad number I throw out there all the time. I've had 30 jobs. But with that came a lot of experience, so I know what I'm getting into. I know me, and now I appreciate what I have and how I have it. And yeah, I work a crazy schedule. Yeah, I work a rotating shift, a swing shift. And yeah, it's hard at times. And I work 7-12s all the time, but it's nice when you get that consistent paycheck all year long. It's nice when, you can go buy your kids whatever, however. If your daughter picks something up at the store, you ain't got to tell her to put it down because you can afford it. That's a feeling that you can't just replicate. As a man, there's a lot of value in that, and I can't stress that to y'all enough. And that's why we have to be disciplined and we have to have consistency. You know what I'm saying? These are staples. These are things that we cannot continue to go without. Mindset matters. How you do anything is how you do everything. You're not gonna be disciplined here and undisciplined everywhere else. Discipline transfers to everything in life. You get what I'm saying? So if you're following a disciplined diet and you're tracking your macronutrients and you're tracking your workout and you're going to this gym consistently, and you're working consistently, your bank account's going up, before you know it, everything starts to line up, guys. Everything starts to get in line. It's just that simple. But you can't be undisciplined here, going from job to job. You cannot go from job to job. I lost my train of thought. But yeah, you can't go from job to job and do all those other things and have a whole bunch of inconsistency going on and think that and wonder why you can't get to where you need to get to. You see what I'm saying? So we need to do better, and we have to do better in order to see better. And it takes time and consistency to do that. And we have to have discipline. Okay. Last but not least, because I'm wrapping this up, you know what I'm saying? So you want to make it easy to stick to the diet. You want to make the diet easy to stick to. You want to keep it as simple as possible. You want to make sure that you have a protein goal. I aim for 1 pound per body weight. So like right now, like if I was aiming to be 160 pounds, right? I would get 160, 170 grams of protein per day, right? Carbs aren't the enemy. We'll get some carbs in too. You know what I'm saying? Because we still strength train. We need some carbs. We get our fats in, But we want to hit our protein goal because that savors the muscle. That savors the muscle, and that's going to keep us looking good as we get leaner. You see what I'm saying? You see the importance of the protein? You know what I'm saying? So we want to make sure that we put a system in place to where we can get those, we can hit those protein goals every day, week in, week out. And before you know it, we're at our goal. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to have discipline, be consistent, and to track everything. You should be tracking everything. I track my workout. I track my finances. I track what I eat every single day. And I have the proof to show you guys. I pay for Fitness Pal because I want to be able to scan the barcodes. You know, so it's a luxury. But yeah. So yeah, guys, I hope this is good info for you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video with a friend, man. Let's help men be men again, and let's get back in charge. Let's do this the right way. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep building these buildings. Let's keep carrying the boats. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to carry them. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing too many women putting their shoulder in on the boat, you know? So do what you got to do. Get down, do some fucking push-ups and some air squats. You know what I'm saying? Let's get fit. Let's get in shape because that's going to make everything better. You know what I'm saying? So see y'all in a minute.